Welcome to Flat Earth News and greetings from Pennsylvania, the weather capital of the world. And you guys don't know that are out of town or out of country about our indigenous holiday called Groundhog Day. And this study for Groundhog Day, we study the weather and the animals of the Bible. Okay, so this particular study is on thunder. Psalms 81:7 talks about the secret place of thunder. Psalm 18:11, he made darkness his secret place, his pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Thunder of the captains is in there. Job 34:25. He sat among the trumpets, ha ha, and he smelleth the battle afar off, the thunder of the captains and the shouting. Thunder's, I have it in there 11 times, starting Exodus 9:23. Moses stretched forth his rod toward heavens, and the Lord sent thunder and hail and fire, rain along upon the ground. And the fire rain. Does that say fire rain? I can't tell if that's rain or ram. We better check that, okay? Along the ground, and the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. Sorry about that. Exodus 9:29. And the Lord said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease. Neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know that the earth is the Lord's. Now, was Moses controlling the weather? How about 1 Samuel 7:10? And as Samuel was offering up the burnt offerings, the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel, but the Lord thundered with a great thunder. And on that day, upon the Philistines, he discomfited them, and they were smitten before Israel. 1 Samuel 12:17 and 18. Is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord in asking you a king. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. Job 40:9, hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? Psalm 77:18, the voice of thy thunder was in heavens, and the lightnings lightened the world, and the earth trembled and shook. Psalm 104:7, at thy rebuke they fled, and the voice of thy thunder they hasted away. Thunder of his power is in there. Job 26:14. Lo, these are the parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? Psalms 70. Oh, we did that one already. Hold on. We have Exodus 9. This is about Pharaoh summoning Moses and Aaron. And Pharaoh said, I've sinned for sure this time. I fucked up. God is in the right. And I and my people are in the wrong. Pray to God. We had enough of God's thunder and hail. I'll let you go. The sooner you're out of here, the better. And Moses said, as I'm out of the city, I'll stretch my arms to God, and the thunder will stop, and the hail will end, and you'll know that the land is God's land. Still, I know that you and your servants have no respect for God. The flax and the barley were ruined, for they were just ripening, but the wheat and the spelt weren't hurt, they ripened later. Moses left Pharaoh and the city and stretched out his arms to God. The thunder and hail stopped and the storm cleared. But when Pharaoh saw that the rain and hail and thunder had stopped, he kept right on with his bullshit, stubborn as ever, both he and his servants. Pharaoh's heart turned rock hard. He refused to release the Israelites. God had ordered through Moses. Exodus 19. Came to pass on the third day in the morning that there was thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people in the camp trembled. Exodus 20, 20:18, all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking, and when the people saw it, they removed and stood far off. 1 Samuel 2, the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exact the horn of his anointed. Samuel 1 Samuel 12. Is it not the wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord in asking you a king. So Samuel called unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. 2 Samuel 22, the Lord thundered from heaven, the Most High uttered his voice. Job 28, 24 through 28, for he looketh to the ends of the earth and seeth under the whole heaven to make the weight for the winds, and he weighteth the waters by measure, when he made a decree for the rain and a way for the lightning of the thunder. Then did he see it and declare it. He prepared it, and searched it out. And unto a man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Job 37:14. After it a voice roareth, he thundereth with the voice of excellency. He will not stay them when his voice is heard. 15, God thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend. Job 38:25, who hath divided a water course for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder. Job 39, hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? 39:25, he saith among the trumpets. Oh, we read that one. Job 40, hast thou an arm like God? Or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? I said that one too. The Lord also thundered in heaven, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. That was Psalm 18:13. Psalm 29:3, the voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of glory thundereth. The Lord is upon many waters. Hot thunderbolts is in there, Psalm 78:48. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to the hot thunderbolts. Psalm 81:7, thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I provided thee at the waters of Meribah Salah. At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away. Isaiah 29, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Ezra, actually 4 Ezra 6. These are probably the wisdom books now. It says, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid. I'm not reading the whole thing. 4 Ezra 16. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Esther, maybe the second book of Esther. Behold, a noise of a tumult with thunder, and earthquakes and uproar in the land. Wisdom 5:21, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad. Okay, I think this whole thing is that chapter, starting with wisdom, be Wisdom 5, starting at 15. Okay, the righteous live on forever. The Lord will reward them. The Most High will protect them. He will give them royal splendor and a magnificent crown. He will shield them with his powerful arm. He will go out into battle determined to defeat his enemies and use the creation itself as a weapon. Righteousness will be his armor, genuine justice his helmet. Holiness will be his invincible shield. He will sharpen his stern anger into a sword, and the forces of nature will join him in battle against those who are foolish enough to oppose him. Bolts of lightning will strike right on target, as if the Lord has made a bow out of the clouds and was shooting arrows. Hailstones will beat down on his enemies with terrible force. The oceans and rivers will come rushing over them in a devastating flood. Great windstorms will blow them away like straw. Lawlessness will be the ruin of the whole world. Evil actions will cause governments to fall. Wisdom 19.13. Punishments came upon the sinners, not without former signs by the force of thunders. For they suffered justly according to their own wickedness, in so much as they used a more hard and hateful behavior toward strangers. Sirach 32:10, before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man shall go favor. Sirach 40:13, the goods of the unjust shall be dried up like a river, and shall vanish with noise like a great thunder and rain. Sirach 43:17, the noise of the thunder maketh the earth to tremble, so doth the northern storm and whirlwind. As birds flying he scattereth the snow, and the falling down thereof is as the lightning of grasshoppers. Sirach 46:17, the Lord thundereth from heaven, and with a great noise made his voice to be heard. thunderbolts, and is in Maccabees, 2 Maccabees 1, 1:16, and opening a privy door of the roof. They threw stones like thunderbolts and struck down the captain, hewed them in pieces, smote off their heads, and cast them to those that were without. In the New Testament, Mark 3 talks about the sons of thunder. Mark 3:17, James, the son of Zebedee, John, the brother of James, he surnamed them Boanerges, which is the sons of thunder. Boanerges, the sons of thunder. Okay, John 12:29, the people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered. Others said the angel spoke. Revelation 4:5, out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices, and there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. Revelation 6, and when I saw the Lamb open one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saith, come and see. Revelations 8:5, the angel took the censer and filled it with the fire of the altar and cast it into the earth, and there was voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. Revelation 10:3, cried with a loud voice as when the lion roareth, and when he hath cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. 10.4, and when the 7 thundered had uttered their voices, I was about to write, I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. Revelation 11:19, the temple of God was open in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. Revelation 14:2, heard the voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. I heard the voices of harpers harping with their harps. Harpers harping with their harps. Revelation, that was 14:2. Revelation 16:18, there was voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. I think this is the last one. Revelations 19:6, as I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thunderings, saying, Alleluia, for the Lord omnipotent reigneth.